All right, so I got a interesting one for you today. I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it again. Why do men ghost, disappear off the face of the earth, not respond to messages, say they're interested, and then just bail? First off, I think it's not fair to just look at one person's behavior with one other person and to judge them on that, because I think if we all look back into our lives, we'll see places where we might have ghosted someone that we weren't interested in or whatever. It's like it happens sometimes. So there's that. But there is a pattern that some people follow where they do this all the time. And it's with women and with men, but I'm just going to talk about men because I think I understand the psyche of men a lot better, being raised a man and just seeing the things that happen in the background, like the conversations that happen between a bunch of guys when a man is like ignoring a woman. Like I've been in the room when those conversations are happening. So I think I have an idea of just what's going on. So the first off, I think the most obvious thing is that if you're getting ghosted, this person is not interested in you. And that can be kind of hard to understand. Like if they've expressed interest in you, if they've shown interest in you, and all of a sudden they fall off, it's like, yeah, that's confusing, but that's just a pill that you'll have to swallow because yeah, that just happens sometimes. And I think, people have it's not illegal, people have a right to just disappear. It doesn't mean it's not frustrating or painful. And I feel for people that get ghosted. And it's just a very simple sign that the person is not interested in you. And if they're kind of like in and out, I would say either way, probably want to get out of something like that because they might just be kind of stringing you along as a number one or a number two or a number three person in their life. Unfortunately, that does happen. But even deeper than that, I think that some men really don't value connection in the way that they say that they do. I think that a lot of men want a partner that is kind of low maintenance and simple and fun and is just kind of there, like unconditionally just shows up. And the problem with that is that's not a real person. That person doesn't exist. Maybe a woman can kind of mold herself into this like low maintenance person for a period of time, but eventually it gets old. We all have needs. And I think there is a pattern in relationships sometimes where people show up and they try to just be like their best selves all the time. And then these other parts come up, less desirable parts, negative emotions, needs, and men are like, whoa, 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 like, I don't want any of that. So I'm done. And I think a lot of men don't really understand connection or value it. They literally do not care. They don't care until they do care. So I think down the road at some point, there's often wake up calls where someone gets sent divorce papers and all of a sudden it's like, oh shoot, like this doesn't feel good. I'm scared. I don't like this. But I think men can kind of live fairly fairly happy lives with like not a lot of deeper connection because they can kind of numb out with work, numb out with hobbies, and it might not even be numbing out. I think maybe they do really value some of those things, work and hobbies, and might numb out in other ways. But either way, they've just maybe assumed that connection is supposed to look this way, and if it doesn't, whatever, I'll just put it farther down on my priority list. And I think we all know that, like when we get really, really deep into ourselves, connection seems to matter more and more. And if men aren't really doing that internal work, they're not going to see how connection matters. They're just going to kind of operate on the surface. Yeah, so those are a few thoughts. And I had one more. I'm kind of spacing it. Yeah. And I think, some men like to feel like players, it's like there's a game to it, especially with younger men, where it's like, if I can, have a relationship with this person, and then it starts to feel a little bit boring, and then I'll move on to the next person, or playing, some men are playing multiple women at the same time. It's frustrating. It's unfortunate that that's happening, but it really is. So my advice, if you feel like you're kind of getting played or ghosted, is to bail. Honor your needs, honor yourself, respect yourself, commit to yourself here. What do you want in a relationship, and stand for that, stay true to that. And I think the rest will slowly fall into place. That's what I got on men ghosting.